Okay, test 1, 2. If there's anyone in the chat, if you could tell me if you can hear me or not, if I've just been talking to myself, as we're still working out a little bit of technical issues. Ah, thank you, Torok. So, now that we officially have sound, and I don't know why I say we, it's kind of just me behind the table, but now that we have sound, I want to thank everyone for tuning in to week 3 of the fall season of the Armored Combat Sports fall season. I am your host, commentator, Sound of Reason and Mayhem and everything wacky, Ben Sugarman. I want to thank everyone for tuning in, and we're going to have a bit of a mix-up here. While I know everyone's been loving the format of the 2 weeks prior, it's going to be something a little different now. What we're going to be doing is, unfortunately, we only had 3 from the Dogs of War show up. So the Dogs of War had a bit of a mayhem fight to decide who's going to be on their team. And it seems we got a few more in tabards, and it's getting kind of easy to see who's who. They just got the team set up, and we can see the 2 teams already that are now formed. So, because, like I said, the Dogs of War have officially kind of forfeited the match because they didn't have enough people show up in the record books for everyone that may have been placing bets on it, as I know we're now at the Borgata and the Parks Casino in Philadelphia. Do not fact check me on that. This is the internet. Let's just assume that I'm right. You can go ahead and chalk up all collections of money to the Iron Lions if they have officially won this. But I don't necessarily like technicalities here. And we do have a great crowd here at the Mountain Run Winery. And we don't want them to go home early, so show them a little bit of violence. Sounds great to me. So now that the teams are deliberated, it looks like we've got a strong showing of the purple tabards are on one side, which are going to be, for our kind of scorekeeping notes, the Dogs of War. And everyone on the other side is the Iron Lions. So it looks like the Dogs of War will have a few mercenaries to supplement their ranks. But they did not have enough by the rules to field a team. And if you're kind of sitting there saying, well, that's not fair, they've got enough for a team, just let them fight. This is more so a matter of kind of a long history that we had within steel fighting of a team of more mercenaries than actual team fighters would end up fighting for a team, and then you don't really feel you've actually fought the team that you were scheduled to fight. So then losing to them feels a little cheap. So we're trying to correct that a little by keeping some semi-strict rules as far as teams. Of course, mercenaries are still allowed on teams. We're trying to zero in on team continuity. But that doesn't mean we can't enjoy ourselves this afternoon, as it seems like the teams are now decided and we are able to officially start to get some violence underway. So, like I said, this is not going to be your standard array of your standard array of a chapter match. We are going to do things a little differently, as we're a little limited on fighters, as like I said, not many from the Dogs of War were able to make it up. But we are going to be doing 3 rounds of duels and then 3 rounds of melees. And if you stand with me one moment, it seems we may have a game update. No, I lied. Sam looked like he wanted to come talk, but he's just heading to the back.
I can give a game.
I get so excited when Sam comes. Is he talking to me?
So we're doing the 3v3s, and then we're doing the melees first. Team captains are deciding which format they want to participate in. Then they're doing the 3v3 melees. then we're taking a break, and then we're going to rinse and repeat.
So just melees, no duels?
No, duels, melees, duels, melees.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
So do that twice a round, take a break, then deliberate?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. All right, well, I'm sorry that everyone else in the crowd was not lucky enough to get Sam on commentary because I do love him so much. He's my favorite Yeti, I know. The list is about maybe one of two, so he's still the best in my books. But we got a little update on the format that's going to be taking place tonight. Or, sorry, this afternoon. It is nowhere near the nighttime. But we are going to have 3 rounds of duels. So duels will be a more, as I explained this for all the new people in the stream, I hope there are some new people in the stream as well. I will do my best to try and educate you on exactly what's going on. So whether you've been around and you're an old, salty fighter that's been around for years, or if this is your first time watching, I'm going to make sure everyone's up to speed so we can all enjoy ourselves. But what we're going to be heading into is duels. So what duels are is more so a competition of weapon finesse, as 2 fighters are going to go one-on-one with a standard weapon set, and they will be trying to get points by landing strikes on their opponents. And these are good. This is not going to be the melee where you are trying to put each other on the ground. Like I said, this is counted blows. So anything on the body is fair game as long as the strikes are land solidly and connect with the judges that count them. You will have 1 minute to collect those points. After that minute, you will have a minute to rest, confer with your corners, do a little bit of strategy, and plan of attack for the next round. We'll have 3 of those with a winner being awarded 1 point at the end of each round. At the end of those 3 rounds, we're going to transition to 3-on-3 melee. The melee rules have some finer details, but for the big strokes to hit, it is going to be a battle where 3 fighters on each side will try and put the other fighters on the ground. And, going over, so you can use any sort of tactics. You can do some cross checks. You can do some hack and slash. You can try and pin opponents and grapple them. Whatever you can do to get 3 points of contact on the ground, and then you will stay on the ground. So if your knee hits the ground, you're on the ground. If your hand hits the ground, you're on the ground. If your head hits the ground, go ahead and place bets. Okay, say it with me. That's right. You are on the ground. And once you're on the ground, you stay on the ground. The team with 1 fighter standing at the end is the winner and wins 1 point. Sounds like we're going to be doing a back and forth of duels and melees for as long as we can. We're going to keep this going as, like we said, this official kind of week 3 is in the books for the Iron Lions. Doesn't mean we're not going to provide everyone with a bit of entertainment. So it looks like we are going to be getting ready to start the duels. Let's see who we got on for duels. For duels, it looks like it will be Nate the Moose Lord, made sure to tell me. With the red and white wolf rib that you see on his collar there. And then that will be Spencer. Spencer the Angry Beaver. It's a very kind of nature-based team. We're very in tune. I think these are 2 druids that are going to be fighting each other. But as we get set, the longsword bout will commence between Nate and Spencer. Spencer in purple and Nate in red. Nate doing a lot of good flourishes, making sure to land the volley of strikes. We saw Spencer last week do a good job being defensive and a passive kind of counter striker, as she is getting a good amount of strikes in. Nate's definitely pushing the offense, but she is landing strikes after the initial strikes. But Nate getting a lot quicker with it.
30 seconds!
These longsword fights are very... Oh, nice. Nate with a nice thigh shot. It's 30 seconds is called. Again, 1 minute. Nate able to land a nice one. Spencer getting a little offense. We'll see if the judges count it. Nate able to land more and even block that last one. So Spencer looking a little slow and Nate just able to land that much more. These long sword matches can be very much a sprint as we end the first round. The early booking, I would say, probably go to Nate. Spencer's doing a good job of getting the block, but if she can weather a lot of them and maybe get some of that offense and wait for him to back out and get that step away shot, that might be. And Nate one goes to, or round one goes to Nate. Nate one goes to round. And let's see. See if I can, you'll have to bear with me at some point if you see a little bit of silence, but updating the graphics as well. Like I said, the one-man show continues. Unfortunately, I do not have my great producer Jojo McCarville, but see, she has some family issues to take care of and could not make the drive down. I do so miss her dearly, as a two operation is better than one. But as we get ready for round two, we'll see if Spencer can answer the early aggression and tempo that Nate has set. Does a good job getting that first swing as Nate responds now. Spencer doing a good job. We'll see. She's trying to go high, low, high, low. We'll see. Oh, she goes down. Might have tripped on the grass a little, or maybe just a little bit of ankle problems. Going down does not actually, I stand corrected, it does award 1 point, the takedown, so it does count as a point for Nate as he's able to get two, as it seems like Spencer's sword got caught there. As there's a bit of a standstill, as I think Nate still has the early point totals. We'll see. This, it's all about, you can score points as long as you throw them, so usually the person that throws the most strikes ends up taking it. Although there's some great counter swingers. Oh, solid one from Nate. Able to get a lot, landing right at the helmet. Oh, able to land a nice, strong amount of volleys. And we'll see. We'll go back. If Spencer's able to, from what I'm seeing from Nate, Nate's going very vertical. A lot of kind of up and down seam slashes. We could see Spencer maybe try and just parry those a little bit more, tire himself out, and get that 1 point. But just to be like almost a bulwark of defense. Be able to see if maybe she could stand a little bit better of a defense. But we'll wait for the official score. This is me just kind of... Yep, and as Nate gets the second point. Great amount of offense, too, as I'm saying what Spencer needs to be done. It's just also great sword work from Nate. So we'll see. Spencer does a lot of technique, trying to go low, high, which on paper sounds great, but it's unfortunately I think Nate's tempo is just outpacing hers. So while she's trying to go low and then go high, unfortunately I think it might be just a little too slow, and she might be a little bit better off trying to just do more defense and not so much trying to vary her offense. But we'll see if she's able to pull it out, or maybe Nate might start to get a little bit tired. We'll see the volleys start to go down. But let me hear it in the chat. Who do you think is going to take round three? Is Spencer going to be able to pull it out and get a true underdog story? Or is Nate going to sweep the duels? There's a nice early offense coming from Nate. Much of the same, sticking to that high, but the speed is a little bit too much for initially Spencer to handle, as Nate continues to rack up this offense. A little bit of a standstill here as we continue. Oh, good job kind of throwing the sword to the side there. We can see, it is not a cool day here in Culpepper. While we're transitioning into fall, the sun is still out, and in that armor, the heat can be excruciating as we see both the fighters slowing. See, good counter. Nate trying to just, even if it's that sword tip, making contact, it counts. This is not about power, it's finesse. Finesse. As Spencer tries to get something, but you see, yeah, as a nice show of sportsmanship, hugging it out at the end. As we see where the next point. See, they're deliberating right now, but I think it's going to be going to Nate. Yep, and Nate takes it. All right, as we get ready for, we'll still call this quarter one. And they're going to be getting a little bit of rest to get some of these fighters out, as we try and delineate who is going to be entering the list. And we'll apologize. Unfortunately, technology has... Oh, now that...
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got 3 rounds of melee for you, followed by a short break. I hope you enjoy it.
And as we try and get some of this set up for you, we'll see if we're able to... And nope, still doing technical difficulties, which is fine. We'll go ahead and handle it as we can. But coming into the list, let's see, I know we got Spider Pig on the far side, and on... We'll try and get it as we can. Unfortunately, I don't have a good wide shot to get everyone that you can see on screen, but as the 3 fighters make their way, I know on the far side that's going to be Spider Pig, and squaring off against him is going to be Richard. Oh, going down. Oh, but Spider Pig on his feet. Looks like he's going to see if the refs called it. No, he's on his feet and goes for a nice cross check. Can he get him? Yes, he does. Gets him to the ground. As Spider Pig putting in a good show of force. As I said, big men are known to kind of tire themselves out, but he's got a wealth of kind of of cardio to go with. He's not just kind of one of those burnout ones. As we see who we can start to delineate on the field as well. I can tell you the shorter one that you can see on the far right in the purple tabard is Richard. As we kind of start to talk about who we can see coming in. In the Griffin helm, off camera right now, but also in the purple tabard is Megan of the Iron Lines. But on the far side in the red tabard, you can see Juicy Justin. And along with, let's see here, who else is on the field? Looks like that's Kevin in the middle as well. And can't tell what we got on the far side here. We'll see, got one Griffin. It looks like that might be. It looks like they'll just keep going anyway. But let's see here. We got James on the far side of on the purple tabard facing off against Justin. Now meeting each other. And let's see, get a strong charge in there. Let's say we got paired down, but looks like we got an armor failure. The visor ended up popping up, and looks like we got a 3-on-1 to call the round. As we're able to update the score, but it looks like it's going to be Iron Lions 2 to Dogs of War. Let's see who officially got on what side. This does not seem right. Let me go ahead. Oh, that's why I was updating the wrong score. So let's see. We should have 0 as we apologize for technical difficulties. But the Lions should have a total of 5.
30 seconds!
as we get ready for the next rounds of combat. Try and call the highlighted fighters out as I see them, but let's see. Oh, we do have a second camera trying to get up and running so that we can get some program on. Yeah, okay. All right, perfect. So, looks like we're starting round 3 of the 3-on-3, which will be leading into a break. As solid charge in, but Spider Pig says no. Stuffs the charge and stays on the list, trying to throw him down. Oh, and a stop fight comes in. Oh, you know what? I give them a lot of credit. It looks like, let's see if we can get a good account of what's going on in the field, but a solid charge from the Dogs of War. Gotta love the fearlessness as they show. Charge in and try and just go for... I probably wouldn't recommend going for the biggest target on the field as Spider Pig, but they tried to charge him, but he just stuffed it and took 2 of them down. And it looks like we're going to be taking a little bit of a break. Okay, so we're going to be taking a little break and see what we can do, but I want to thank everyone for tuning in.